Hi students, good evening and welcome back to Chakravarthy E Classroom. See students, today we are going to discuss a fantastic question from seating arrangement, that too uncertain number of persons in a row. Many students have been requesting for this type of questions. In our Telegram group already I have posted this one. Generally, uncertain type questions, how those questions are there, I'll tell you. Generally, they give uncertain number of persons in a row facing north or south, or uncertain number of persons seated around a circular table or circle, or uncertain persons in a puzzle. Many puzzles may be there, many models are there. Already I have discussed that one in a very detailed way in our regular course from the basic level. Now here, today we are going to discuss this question for those students who are in our Telegram channel, or regular students and even outside students also, are also there. Now, if you have any doubt about this type of questions, I'll try my best to dispel that one. That is the reason why I have chosen this question, a good question. How they have given the very first sentence, you see students, a certain number of persons are standing in a row facing north. 2 points are there. They have not even given how many persons are there. Just now I told you, certain number of persons are there. I don't know how many persons are there. But one thing is that they have given all the persons are facing north. That is one of the advantages here, right? Just take just start the question as it is, how we did the previous question, seating arrangement questions. We have done very advanced questions. Doing the same way, what is the first step here? Even if they give number of persons also, what's the first step? With which information I have to start the question? That's important, right? So that blueprint should be in your mind. With which information I have to start? You have to search for that type, such an information that should have some conformity in that one. Definite information you have to search for to start with. As it is, we go in the same way here. For this type of questions, you need to do a rough work, a little more rough work you have to do, because we don't know anything about the question there, anything about the number of persons and other parameters also. For that reason, be ready for the rough work and keep many like clues in the mind at a time, so that you can save some time in the examination. What's the next information they have given students? A is fourth to the right of A is fourth to the right of B, actually, that is okay. A is fourth to the right of B. I cannot start that one with this. Of course you may start it, because a little conformity is there. A is fourth to the right of B, first place B, fourth to the right of B, you have to take A. But let us wait for some more information which may give more definite information than this one. As of now, what I'm doing, I'm just keeping this information on the rough work. So A is fourth to the right of B. Suppose if it is B, 1, 2, 3, 4, it must be A. As in when it is required, I'm going to bring that one onto the fair chart. Fair chart I'm going to do here. Okay, what's next information here? C is right to A and D. Even this is very uncertain information, right? I must keep this one on the rough work only. What is that? C is right to A and D. We don't know how many persons are there between A and C or A and D. Simply for A and D, C is on the right side. Maybe immediate or may not be, I don't know that one. Then go for the next information here. The number of persons placed between F and G is the same as the number of persons between A and D. Very good information, this one, because it is giving some clue in that one, right? Many clues are there. It may be useful for you further, isn't it? But I cannot start the information with that. I'm keeping on the right side here, number of persons between F and G. Number of persons between F and G must be equal to number of persons between A and D. I'm keeping in this way. Okay, then go for the next information here. B is one of the persons adjacent to E. What do you mean by adjacent? You know that one, either on the immediate right or on the immediate left. That is called adjacent. So here B is one of the persons adjacent to E. That means if E is here, B can be here. One possibility. Other possibility is there. If E is here, B can be here. Two possibilities are there. Keep it aside. Then go for the next information here. F is second from one of the ends. This is very good information, right? Conformity is there here in many ways. How is that? F is second from one of the ends. I'm going to start the question with this one. Okay, even if you read the other information also, you are not getting the definite information than this one. So for that reason, let us try this one. F is second from one of the ends. I don't know that is left end or right end for us. We don't know that, but F is second from one of the ends. I'm taking like this. Suppose if this is one of the ends, one person, and F is second from this end, one possibility. Okay, what's the other possibility here? This is end, one of the ends. F is second from that end. F can be here. As simple as this one. I've started the question here. Then what's the next one here? Number of persons placed between D and C is 1 less than the number of persons between D and A. Another good information. Number of persons, I can't keep it on the chart. Anyway, number of persons between D and C. Number of persons between D and C is 1 less than number of persons between D and A. I'm writing in this way, less than 1. Number of persons between D and A. Okay. Then what's the next information they have given? Not less than 5 persons are placed between E and D. One more information. Between E and D. Between E and D, not less than 5. What do you mean by not less than 5? Not less than 5 means greater than or equal to 5. Not less than. Not less than 5 means that may be equal to 5 or more than 5. So, greater than or equal to 5 I am writing. Alright, then go for any other information what they have given. 7 persons are placed between F and A. How fantastic information here. I can connect this one here. Already F is from one of the end second. One of the end second. Now clearly they have given 7 persons are placed between F and E. How to go for this one? This is F. 7 persons should be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 persons are there between F and E. And this way. Even here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it must be E. Alright, this is the way students to start with. Every time you have to do in this way only. Alright, then go for the next information here. Not more than 9 persons are placed to the right of B. What do you mean by this one? Not more than 9. That means less than or equal to 9. So, not, I'm writing this one here. Not more than 9 persons are to the right of B, less than or equal to 9 to the right of B. This is the information they have given. Alright, now quickly go for this one students. Now, 2 possibilities are there. Between these two possibilities, which one is to be eliminated or which one can be eliminated and which is left out, which one is going to be left out, how to go further you see. Now, this is the rough work for us. I have much information here. Which one I have to pick up? That's very important. See students, if you think a little carefully, clearly see, now they have given confirmed places of F and E. There is no doubt about that. Now here, based on E, I can find out B's position. Based on B, I can find out A's position. Based on A, I can find out C and D. And based on C, I can find out G's information. One information is missing. I think I have not read this one. This one, I'm sorry. I have not read it. So this says G is 13th to the left of C. So suppose this is C. G should be 13th to the left of C. This one, this is G. 13th to the left. So that means between these two, 12 persons are there. Okay, now it's clear. I'll just explain this one in a proper way. See this one. Based on the position of E, I can find out B's. Based on B's, we have done this type of questions, many questions in our course, right? Based on B, I can find out A's position. Based on E, I can find out D and C. And based on C, I can find out G. As simple as this one. Okay, but you have to do this one in a very quick way. Very quick you have to do this one. That too taking all the possibilities into consideration. For example, let's start with this one. Okay, now based on E's position, I need to find out B's. Where shall I keep B? There are 2 places for B. What are the 2 places students? Either I can keep B here or here. But in one glance I can say I cannot keep B here. I cannot keep B here. In one glance you can say, how is that one you see? You tell me that one. Think it over, pause the video. Clearly see, if I keep B here, according to this condition, what they have given, on the right side of B, it should be less than or equal to 9 persons. If you keep B here, on the right side, how many persons are there? All these are confirmed places. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10th place. How can you keep B there? This is the way to eliminate the things there. So this place is ruled out for B. Now quickly visualize what if I keep B here. Just visualize this one. For your understanding, I am writing here. But if you become an advanced student, practice the questions, go on practicing the questions. Even you need not write this one here. Just we will write for your sake. Suppose what if it is B? Quickly. Based on B, I can say A's position. A's position on the fourth right, 1, 2, 3, 4, I can keep A. But students, think carefully. If I keep A, where shall I keep C and D? Suppose if I keep A, is there any possibility to keep D? You think it over first. Because after this one, there are only 1, 2, 3, 4 places left out. And that too for D, 1, 2, 3 places left out. If you go on scrutinizing that one, quickly you have to do. The basic condition is that C should be on the right side of A and D. Now I am considering D based on A. You cannot keep D here, because if you keep D here, where is the place for C? Forget about that place. What if I keep D here and here you see? If you keep D here, how many persons are there between A and D? 0. The condition here says that the persons between D and C should be 1 less than persons between D and A. If you keep D here, between A and D, 0 number of persons are there, then 1 less than that one should be there between D and C. How can you go for that? So this place is ruled out for D. Now what about this place? If you go for this place, if you keep D here, students, very simply, if you keep D here, between A and D, 1 person is there. Between A and D, 1 person means C and D, that should be less than 1, that is 0. Where shall I keep C now? 0 means C must be here. But if you keep C here, that will become on the left side of D, that is ruled out. C should be always on the right side. So for that reason, keeping D on the right side of A is ruled out. Then don't forget this one. We have practiced many questions. What if I keep D on the left side of A? Visualize this one. Suppose if I keep D, any one place you choose, if I keep D here, then between A and D, how many persons are there? 1 person. Then between C and D, how many should be there? Less than 1 person. That should be 0. 0 means I need to keep. Suppose this is, I have chosen place for D here. Between A and D, 1 person. Between C and D, 0. Where shall I keep C now? I have to keep C either here or here. If here or here, then C becomes left side of A. That is not possible. Not only this place, if you take any other place also, keeping C according to this condition, by fulfilling this condition, keeping C on the right side of A, it is not possible. Pause the video and check it. You have to do it very quick. That means I cannot keep D on this side of A, right side or left side. Where shall I keep D? There is no place at all. When you are not able to place C, not able to place D, not able to place G, and so on. That means why all these things have come? Keeping B here, keeping B here. I'm checking this condition. So very clearly, keeping B on right side of E is not possible. And in the first glance only I told you, keeping B on the left side of E, not at all possible. What is my final conclusion? This arrangement is entirely wrong. This much you have to do without writing anything on the paper. Now you are advanced students, you have learned the concept here. Almost we had 17 to 18 hours of lessons on this one in our course, right? So simply it's ruled out. Now I'm just taking it away because unnecessarily this is wastage of space. I'm just taking it off. This possibility is not there. Examine this condition also carefully, because already I had the rough work and something is in my mind now, right? How to go for this one? Keeping B here. Where shall I keep B? Suppose either here or here. I start with this one. Suppose I'm keeping B here. If you keep B here, on the fourth right, that should be A. 1, 2, 3 and this is A. Confirmed. Alright, now students here, where shall I keep D and C? That depends upon this condition also. Don't forget that one. On the right side of B, maximum persons are 9. That should be less than or equal to 9. So for that reason, so here if this is B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. Only up to this extent I have to take. Now you examine the condition. For C, if you take C, for A and D, C should be on the right side by fulfilling this condition. That is between C and D, between C and D, number of persons should be 1 less than between A and D. So where shall I keep D now? Just now we have examined that keeping D on the left side of A is not possible. That is applicable here also. Now what if I keep D here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places are there. So very clearly keeping D on the last place is ruled out because there is no other place on the right side, right? Then where shall I keep D here? So if I keep D here next to A, between A and D, how many persons are there? 0. Then between D and C, less than 1 should be there. That is not possible. What if I keep D here? If you keep D here, between A and D, 1 person is there. 1. In that case, between C and D, 0 person should be there. Alright, are you following this? Right? Suppose this is D. Between A and D, 1 person. Then between C and D also, C and D there should be 0 persons. That means if this is D, this must be C. There is no other way. Must be C. Okay, so now if you keep C here, the condition between G and C is that G should be on the 13th left of C. 13th left means this is C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It should be G. Is it 13 only? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Yes, that is 13th. But other condition is how many persons are there between F and G should be equal to number of persons between A and D. Now here between A and D 1 person, but between F and G 2 persons are there. So for that reason I cannot keep D here. What is the next place of D here? I cannot keep D here. I am just taking it out. Okay, this is gone. Now the next place is try D here at this place. If I keep D here, between A and D 2 persons are there. Then between C and D also there should be 2 persons. I cannot keep C on the left of D. Now this should be C. Now on the left of C, after 12 places, 13th place should be G. 13 means here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It must be G. If it is G, between F and G how many persons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. But between A and D there are 2 persons. As simple as this one. That means this is the last place of C. Beyond that, that is not possible. For that one, I am concluding that keeping B on the right side of E is not possible. Simple. Now I am left out with only one condition. That is keeping B on the left side of E. Just quickly examine that one. I am just taking this one out. This is not at all possible. Right, this is gone case. Okay, so now here of course this G is gone, this is gone, so take it out. Now my next priority is taking B on the right side. Right side I have taken already, I am sorry. Taking B on the left side. This is B. Based on B, 4th place is first, second, third, fourth. Again the same condition. To the right of B, maximum 9. You take maximum possibility. Now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. 9 persons are there. Now go on examining the conditions here. I cannot keep D to the left of A already. That is proven. On the right side I am taking here. Number of persons between D and A should be 1 more than between D and C. So I cannot keep D here. Ruled out. We have examined that. Now, shall I keep D here? What if I keep D here? If it is D here, between A and D, 1 person, but between D and C, there should be 0 persons. If it is D, it is C. On the left side you take 13th position should be G's. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Between F and G there will be 0%, but between A and D 1% not matching. I am considering this and this together. So keeping D here is ruled out. Okay, what if I keep D here? Same way, if I keep D here, between A and D 2% are there. Then between D and C there should be only 1%, because I cannot keep C here, and this is the ultimate final place for C. If we get the answer, we should get from this one itself. Now go for the G's place here, 13th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It is G. That's it. Now other condition should be fulfilled. This one. What is this? How many are there between F and G? 2%. Must be equal to between A and D 1, 2%. Absolutely this is matching. That means clearly F's place is confirmed with the first information. Now G's is confirmed, B's confirmed, E's confirmed, A's confirmed, D's confirmed, and that of C's. Over. So 7% information they have given, 7 confirmed. But I need to check all the other conditions also. Already this is fulfilled, this is gone, this is fulfilled, this is also fulfilled, because I started with that only. Now this is done, this is also done, this is done. What about this one? So between E and D, greater than or equal to 5. Between E and D, 5 or more than 5% should be there. So 5 or more than 5, just check it clearly. This is D, this is E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 is accepted. They have given very clearly where is that information between D and C. Number of persons between D and C, that is over. This one, not less than 5% are placed between E and D. Some students may be confused. In probability chapter it will come. What do you mean by not less than 5? We have 3 mathematical symbols: greater than, less than, equal to. Right? So then not less than means greater than or equal to, as simple as this one. Not less than 5, that means equal to 5 or greater than 5. This is how exactly we need to crack it. See students, if you practice questions well, this is not a very difficult question. Easily you can do that one, but that is only by practice. You can do this question within 2 to 2.5 minutes, not more than 2.5 minutes. What do you mean by not more than 2.5 minutes? Not more than 2 means less than or equal to 2.5. Hope you got the idea. Now students, generally they ask many questions based on this one. One of the definite questions based on that one is, how many persons are there in that row? How many persons are there? Count this one. Of course here from C to here already we have counted. How many will be there? C between 12 and this is 1%. That means including C and G, 14 are there. Up to this one 14. 15, 16, 17, 18%. So how many are there means total 18. And they may be asking other questions also based on this one, because I have not collected the questions. Only this one. If you do this one, that's enough for you. And now the biggest question comes into picture, where I can expect this type of questions. Students, you can expect this type of questions in all officer level mains examinations. Even sometime, not sometimes, just yesterday RRB clerical exam was there. RRB clerical exam yesterday. There also for one shift they have asked all the persons are facing north. Some around 20 to 23% based question they have asked. That is based on uncertain number of persons. But generally you can expect at a mains level, particularly officer cadre exams. This Telegram channel is going to be continued. Don't worry. You can have many free classes in this one. But here only I'm going to take only some advanced level questions, not from the basics. If you want basics, you just join the course. I kept fee also very low, right? Rock bottom price I kept, because that should be affordable to all the students across the country. I wish you all the best, and I'll meet you in the next session. Thank you very much, students.